We're replacing it. There's almost nothing holding it. That's taken it out by hand. Actually, I could just knock that through. And this is why it would have failed the MOT.
So before we start, there's a few things we definitely need. We definitely need some replacement bushes. Again, decent quality ones. I'll leave some links in the description below. So that's essentially the back one. That's definitely gone. And I've also got the front one. Because the van's got 200,000 miles on. It's 12 years old. So there's got to be some deterioration on that bush. Again, that one needs a small selection of sockets. I think it's all 21s. Spanner 21, 22, because that's what I haven't got a 21 with me. I noticed this when I was trying to do the CV joint, when I was changing the boot. That's a lot of movement. And I got a bit of a bar in it. Probably explains why it wanders a little bit on the motorway. You can actually see where there's a bit of rubber coming through there. So spray a good bit of WD-40 on that end. That's a 21mm. Let's see if we can just get on there to crack it off. I'm doing all this left-handed. And this is where, in my case, I've got a 22, which it is probably a 21.
And this is why we're replacing it. There's almost nothing holding it. That's taken it out by hand. Actually, I could just knock that through. And this is why it would have failed the MOT.
Making sure everything's nice and clean is going to help the bush go in. Taking off any high spots is also going to help.
I found that a 36 socket fits exactly over the top because I've got that one in, but putting a 36 socket and pushing down doesn't work. So I found a long bolt. Because it's quite firm on that bit, and that bit, as you can see, is recessed, is designed to go into it. So I'm going to get started with that. I'm going to drag it in, nut bolt, and just get it tighter and tighter and tighter. Just to lube it in, help it get through. I've already wire wheeled the inside of that. This isn't directional, so it doesn't make any difference which way this bush sits. The back one does. So that's slightly bigger. Get me washer. 21 on that end. Just see where the rubber's about to come through. Bits of steel and tubing and bits and pieces. Some of them are part of kits, some of them aren't. It's just big enough for the bush to go through. I'm going to pop that on there. Find that doesn't fit. Because that and the end of the tube isn't long enough. We're going to get rid of that just for the end. And I've got another little bit of a kit that I'm going to install. Just see that gap closing up now, and the rubber on the other side's got somewhere to go. And even though that this is slightly bigger and it's not supported on this side, all this should help keep it square. If it doesn't stay square, undo, reposition and start again. That's pretty much as far as it's going to go, because that's the time that you start getting a little grease. Just see the rubbers just start to come through there. That can't go in any further. Just squeeze through there. Instructions there on which way it goes. Normally that's what I do with instructions, but today I need to really look at them. So that bit, the little notch on this version, points away from the wishbone end, so if we move that round, so that needs to sit in that way straight, because there is that way, there we are. So there's a little notch on there that's actually cast into it. There's a little notch, and there's a little notch on there. But if we just about see there, the rubber on that side has got more than that side, so it must take more impact on one side than the other, and they've just scrimped on the other side and made it a sided bush. So we're going to do the same sort of thing to get that in. And it's really good when you're trying to line it up to have a little mark on the bush to say which ways you've got to line with that, because that makes a massive difference to how it sits. So pretty much like that. So let's get that together. Little tip, just put a little pencil line or marker line down there to keep that in line, because you have a guideline for your up and down. So it's going to make it a lot easier to get it right, because when you're looking at it straight like that, quite easy to get it off kilter a little bit. So I'm going to use that lined up. So, you know, to get it started, I'm going to do it without, because this is not quite long enough. But really, you don't want to be pushing down on that bit, which is in turn pushing down on the rubber. You want to be pushing down on the outer rim. see that's cocked over slightly. So let's just go a little bit further and see if we can get it straighten it up. No, that's smaller there than there, so let's loosen that off. Just see that straightening up now. There's a bit of lube in there. That bit's bottomed down on there, so it won't go any further. So this is where I'm going to swap sides, put this over the other side. Ideally, I need 2 tubes that size. Old exhaust clamp. The actual clamp bit is marginally bigger, so I'm either chopping that down or I'm just going to try and use that bit of clamp. In there, does that all fit? That doesn't quite fit. That's tight. So that just goes to show you a little bit of ingenuity. That works. That's keeping with my kit of things to bush installing kit. Tying up wishbone bushes or any type of bush, suspension bush, is very key to how the car performs and how long the bush lasts. Now I'm going to do it properly in a couple of weeks when I'm able to get it on a 4-post ramp. You've got to tighten up the bushes when those 4 wheels are flat on the ground. So I'm going to lift it up on a 4-post ramp, or I will attempt to do it here slightly, and I'll show you a little tip on doing that. So if you tighten that up at that point, that bit is fixed to the wishbone and that bit is fixed to the chassis, so any movement left and right is actually in that section. So imagine what would happen if you tightened up your bush like that, so the middle of that's fixed with the wishbone and the wheel drooped. So as soon as you get it back to its ride height, all of a sudden you're twisting it 10 degrees maybe, so that's already, the bush is twisted inside there 10 degrees, so it's fighting against itself a lot more. Now they will last a little bit longer. They are designed to have flex in it, and that's the whole point of it. But if you get it up to ride height, more or less, and tighten this section up there, that bush has got a lot less play, so it can absorb the bumps and the droops a lot easier. It's got that designer movement, whereas you're tightening it up there and already you're taking it to its maximum sort of allowance. There's only so much rubber that can flex, so that's what causes them to crack and split. So watch this. You see how much that's moved.
and in that's been able to twist because there's no weight in there. So now I can tighten that up. That's the wishbone bushes done on the right hand side. I'll run through the bits that we've needed. So, 2 new bushes. These are the ones for the left side. Always get decent ones. I'll leave some links in the description below. Use a 21mm spanner, a 21mm socket to undo everything to get the wishbone off, and then I used a section of pipes, tubes, and even an old exhaust clamp and a long bolt. I think the long bolt is prime. I think what I'm going to do is actually buy a set of bush fitting kit. Just a cheap set because I don't use them that often. So I'll leave some links in the description below of what I'm either going to buy or what I have got, and towards these bushes. That's another job done at home. As you can see, using rudimental tools. Oh, and prime. We've got to use a big hammer and an even bigger hammer. You always need a hammer. It's pretty much the only tool you need in the toolbox. So what's next to the van? I'm going to do the bushes on the other side. Not today, because I want to go out with the family. So I'm Crispy. This is one of my projects. Share, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Ta-da!